Good morning. It's about 6:15 on a Tuesday morning. I'm actually in Cornwall visiting a friend. It's wonderful. It's so quiet, so peaceful. There's very, very light rain and I can hear the raindrops ticking on the leaves of the trees as I walk past. This morning I want to talk to you about an awakening I had when I was a little boy. Let me explain. I must have been about 8 or 9. My sister was an exchange student with a French girl, and they wrote letters for many weeks. And her family, Christiane Bière, her name was, and her parents were, what were their name? Vincent was the husband. Anyway, they invited us as a family to go and visit them in the south of France. I should set the scene by saying that my mum wasn't a particularly brilliant cook. She was, I'm talking about food. My mum wasn't a particularly brilliant cook. She used to cook things like mince and potatoes and peas and carrots. It was fine. It was that was what the kind of thing you ate back then. But we went to France. We visited this French family, and the food, it was just incredible. Let me kind of describe a typical meal to you. The meal would start with some tomatoes that had been grown in the garden, beef tomatoes, about the size of tennis balls, and they were chopped up and served with a very simple vinaigrette made with something like olive oil and some wine vinegar, and that's all would turn up on the table. A bowl of this tomato salad, and then it would have French bread with it, and you'd eat the tomatoes. Amazing. And then you'd mop it up with the bread, and then something else would come out, like, for instance, a bit of pork that had been spit roasted in the oven, and then something else would come out, like, for instance, some chard in white wine. Now, I remember this so clearly because there's a car coming. I remember this so clearly because it was so unlike anything that I'd eaten before. I was allowed to drink wine as an 8-year-old. I can remember Vincent Bière taking me to the local wine vineyard, where he had this great big onion-shaped bottle, which was wrapped in raffia with these handles, and he filled it up with what looked like a petrol pump nozzle, and it cost next to nothing, and there was wine with every meal, and this just blew my mind. And it was like an epiphany moment for me, that there was a whole world of food out there that I knew nothing about. And ever since then, I've been passionate about food, and I love to cook, and I'm never happier than when I'm cooking for people and enjoying food. It's like God has given us the most amazing world to be discovered, and for me, it's food. What is it for you? Do you know what the first commandment was in the Bible? Most people think it's how God told us not to do stuff. He told Adam that he shouldn't go and eat from this particular tree, but actually, the first command he gave Adam I think this is Genesis chapter 2, verse 16, I think. Check it out. The first command was this. He said, "Go and eat from every tree of the garden." Eat. This is a God who has given us the most wonderful world to discover. So I guess what I'm saying is there's a whole universe out there to discover. What is it that you're passionate about? Let me encourage you to develop a sense of awe and wonder. That's it. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.